Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. And for those who are joining us from Europe, good afternoon. And for those from Asia, if you're still staying up there this late, good evening. Late evening, actually. So if you haven't joined our circle, please join the circle at Denny, KDENNY.com/circle. I just posted an article on a Patreon channel. The link is in the circle, where I talk about the very famous poem by Bodhidharma, a North Indian yogi who visited China in the 5th century and became the first patriarch of what we now call the Zen meditation. And he left behind a very famous poem. The poem is very simple. It says, "Heart, heart, heart is Buddha." So, of course, it was in Chinese, and the Chinese word for heart has multiple meaning, as with all other Chinese words. And most simple one is center. That's why the heart is in the center of our body. But it also means like the center of a palm, as well as a brain. So when the Westerner talks about mind, they point here. When the Chinese talk about mind, they point here. It's a little bit confusing. So what I want you to do is bring your mind, your thinking mind, your brain, your intellect, your attention, and your mindfulness to the center of your palm. Bring them together. Raise your hand all the way up to the shoulder. Open your shoulder. And now focus on the wrist. We're going to be doing some warm-up exercise, starting with some joint exercise. It's a warm-up exercise for both your body and your mind. So keep focusing on your wrist. Start to observe the change in your body. Your mind doesn't like to be idle, so don't let it idle. Give it something to do. Focus on your wrist. Focus on the change in your body. Any pain, any numbness, any heat, any sweat. Now go the other way. Keep focusing. This is a 2-hour practice with the break at 1 hour for those who can only commit 1 hour, and then another break at 1.5 hours. So together is a 2-hour mini retreat. Now put your hands down, open your shoulder again, sit up straight, straighten up your spine, focus on the shoulder, focus on the center, the heart of your palm. Bring the two hearts together, both your mind, your thinking mind, and the center of your hand. And now we're going to focus on the elbow, exercising the elbow, improving the circulation through our body. The simplest form of qi is just circulations of your blood, circulations of all your nutrients through the body. And we're going to work on the joints and then go the other way. Again, focus on the elbow, observe the body. Observe any change in your elbow. Now you put your hands down. I'm going from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder, and then eventually to the neck. So now we're going to work on the shoulder. Open your shoulder, mindful of all the energy points around your shoulder, which are very important for your circulations, very important for your heart and your lung. And now we're going to work on the shoulder. Open up, bring up your hands, following the center of the palm. Stretch, hold, and then as you come down, make sure that you're following the center of your palm, your heart and your heart together. And then now go back up, stretch, open, come down as if you're touching the wall, relax, bring it back up. Learn to cycle between the yang and the yin. The yang is the same word that we use for the sun. The yin is the word that we use for shadow, is the absence of sun. So in modern language, the yang is the sympathetic nerve, that's your fight or flight. And the yin is your parasympathetic nerve, your rest and digest. So you want to cycle them back and forth. As you come down, relax. And now we're going to do the other way. Open, stretch, hold, and come down. Relax again. Always relax, and then back up, stretch, hold, and come down. Stretch, hold. I always encourage people to do exercise, but sometimes there's too much of a good things. And if you do too much energetic exercise, you actually prolong your fight or flight, prolong your stress hormone. So you actually have to learn to slow down, meditate, or at least observe your body. Now we're going to do observe our body, observe our spine, straighten our spine, open our shoulder. Again, bring the hands up, the mind at the center of the palm. Both are the same word in Chinese. Now open. This time we're going to bring the hand as far back as we can. We're going to feel the pain on the shoulder. And as soon as you come down, relieve yourself from the pain. The pain is physical pain. What you want to do now is just come back to the body. The pain is already gone. Don't follow the pain. Don't let it metastasize into suffering. Suffering is your mind. So relax, come back to the body, and then one more time. Open, observe the pain, embrace the pain, let go of the pain, come back to the body, relax. Up. Open, feel the pain, let go of the pain, come back. One more time. Up, open, come down, relax. Continue. Bring the hands all the way back. Open, feel the pain, observe the pain, embrace the pain, let go of the pain, let it all go, all the way back, stretch, and come down, all the way back, as far back as you can. Open that shoulder, bring it up, come down, all the way back, open, stretch, and come down, relax. Sit up straight, open the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin, relax. Back to the shoulder again, focus on the front, the top, and the back. We're going to continue, this time even a little bit more pain. Okay? Put your left hands in front, holding the left hand stationary. Separate the right brain, which controls your left side of the body, and the left brain, which controls your right side of the body. Separate them, separate the two domains. Now bring your left hand, making a very big circle, following the center of your palm. Now all the way open, bring your hand back, open the shoulder, feel the pain. And then as you come down, let go of the pain. Come back, focus on the center of your palm again. Bring in the left arm all the way around. Open the shoulder all the way. Feel the pain, let go of the pain. Sit up straight. One more time. All the way around. All the way around. Feel it, the pain. Come back. One last time. Open, feel the shoulder, feel the pain, let go of the pain, and then come down. So last week, after the exercise, we did the 5 breathing exercise. So we alternate. So this week, we're going to be doing some stretching and lying down meditation. And so we're going to focus more on how to manage the pain and the suffering. And so this is another level of the word heart. The first heart is just the center, just the body. It's either the center of the hand, center of the bottom of your feet, or just any part of your body. That's really the beginning of your spiritual practice. The second word, this heart, the Chinese word, means your brain, your thinking brain, your intellect. And that's about attention, focusing entirely on your body. And then the third one has to do with something much deeper. It's the non-thinking part of your mind. It's the spiritual part of your mind. And so we're going to talk about that too. So now we're going to do a little bit more on the shoulder. We're going to borrow something from the Shaolin Temple. And we're going to call this the throwing of the fist. So again, concentrate, relax. Invite your right hand, focusing on the center of your palm. Make a fist. Now, as you throw the fist, we're going to open the fingers, straighten up the elbow, bring the shoulder with you, But all this time, you're going to be following a body, okay? Make sure that your body and your mind is together. Your body and your mind together. That is the meaning of yoga. So all those who practice yoga, it's not about buying a leotard. It's really about a spiritual practice on both your body and your mind. So let's do that. It's the union of your body and your mind. So bring up your right hand, make a fist, follow your hand, open your fingers, straighten up your elbow, throw out your shoulder, bring it back. Mind goes from the right to the left, make a fist, up, come back, give it to the right arm, down, come back, give it to the left arm, one at a time, left, down, up, up, down, down. One more time, up, up, down, down. So when Bodhidharma came to China, I mentioned that he was a North Indian yogi. He was also the 28th generation disciple of the historical Buddha, who was also a yogi. And so when he came, he decided that the Chinese people at the time wasn't ready for what he wanted to teach, which is meditation. So he decided to seclude himself in a cave, and he did that for 9 years. And the cave was actually near a temple which became famous because of Bodhidharma. That's a Shaolin temple. And so everything after that was really coming from Bodhidharma. And so what we just did is something that is practiced by the Shaolin monk. And again, with the lineage to the North Indian yogic practice. So continue, open your shoulder, straighten your spine, 2 hands following the hand, okay? Get ready. 1, come back. 2, come back. Mind, body together. 3, come back. 4, come back. 5, come back. So I talk about the Chinese learning from Bodhidharma. Not only did they learn, but they also integrate Bodhidharma's teaching into the traditional Chinese culture. The traditional Chinese culture has a lot to do with astrology, because the emperor, the Chinese emperor, for thousands of years considered himself the son of heaven, much like the emperor in Japan today considered himself to be a direct descendant of the Kama, one of the god. And so it was very important for the emperor to really understand the heaven. And so for the thousands of years, they would subsidize a group of scientists, not astronomers, but astrologists. And as they study the planets, they realize that not only are there day and night, which are the yang and yin, but it's also influence from the moon as well as Jupiter. And the Jupiter, as you know, later discovered by Galileo thousands of years later, takes 12 years to circle around the sun. So the Chinese started to understand that it's not just the morning and the night. There's also the 12 divisions. It takes 12 years for the Jupiter to come back, for the constellation of stars to come back to this form. But they also discovered something else, that it's not just the Jupiter. There's the Mercury, the Venus, and so forth. So they discovered that there are a total of 5 planets. So in addition to the 12, which are the 12 hours in a day, each one corresponding to 2 hours, each one corresponds to 2 hours. They also understand that there's 5 what's called the materials, or the elements, or the what I call the phase, right? So together there's actually 60. So for example, I was born in the year of the monkey, but it's not enough that I tell you that I was born in the year of the monkey. I have to tell you that I'm a fire monkey. I was born in the year of monkey, on the year of the fire. So it takes 60 years for it to come back. So it was studying the astrology that they understand the body, that they understand the yin and the yang, they understand the 12 hours in a day, they also understand the 5 materials. And so together, that is the qi. And so I want you to explain what qi really means. So we can talk about the nitty-gritty of qi, but ultimately it comes into harmony. how to live in harmony with your universe. So how do you do that? Well, you do that by your posture. Your sitting posture, your standing posture, your lying down posture, and your walking posture. So first we're going to sit with your spine straighten up as if somebody is pulling the hair on top of your head. Straighten all up. Then we're going to open the shoulder. Then we're going to lean back the forehead, putting the weight on the shoulder, tucking the chin. So once you do that, you're opening up some very critical energy points. There's 2 energy points in front, called gate to the cloud. There's 2 energy points on top, which are called the well of the shoulder. And then there's 2 additional energy points in the back. Actually, there's plenty. I'm just pointing out those that are more commonly known. Then it turns out that there's 2 more energy points in the back, right where your kidneys are. And in meditation, it's actually very important to put some pressure on that, because right above the kidney is the adrenal gland, which are the source of all your stress hormone. So in order to put yourself in the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest, you need to learn to do that. So how do you do that? So after you straighten up your body, open your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin, move forward, and now move back. As you move back, hold the hip in place. You feel the slight pressure on the back. Make sure that the top of the head, which has an energy point called the 100 meet, because of all the part of your body that is exposed to the sun, whenever the sun is above us, is the top of the head. This is where all the yang energy meets. Out of the 12 meridians, 6 of them are yang. The opposite of that is at the very bottom of your upper torso, right between your reproductive organ and the opening of your bowel. That's called the yin meet. This is where all the yin energy comes together. So you want to align the top of the head, the bottom of the upper torso by leaning back slightly while maintaining pressure on your kidney. When you do that, the yang energy, the energy will circle coming from the back to the top, down, back again. And there's a bottleneck, literally a bottleneck, because your neck is now the bottleneck. So we want to exercise that. It's not just the neck, but it's between the neck and the spine. It's between the left shoulder and the right shoulder. So a few thousand years ago, there was a very famous Chinese doctor. And as he observed the animal, he realized that there's one exercise that they always do, which is stretching the shoulder. So we want to focus on the shoulder. If you have a pet, a dog and a cat at home, you know what I'm talking about. This is the first thing they do when they wake up. They take the shoulder, they bring it up slowly towards the ear, all the way up, as far up as you can. Bring the entire body with you, stretching the spine. All the way up, all the way up. Now they open the shoulder, making a circle towards the back. Open the shoulder. You can feel the pressure, the stress in the front as well as in the back. And then now when you come down, you relax, completely relax. Now bring it back up again, as if you're hanging your entire body all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And then open, making a circle towards the back, feeling the stress between your shoulder, between your neck and your spine. One more time. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, bringing it back and relax. If you ever feel a hump between your shoulder and between your neck and your spine, that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. That's the blockage of qi. Okay? Relax. Continue to work on your neck. Put your hands behind your head, looking down first. Straighten up your spine. Very important to straighten your spine. Let the energy flow from the bottom of your spine all the way up to the top of your head. And now bend the neck down. Hold it. Fight it. And then now go to the left. come back to the middle, go to the right, come back to the middle, back to the left, come back to the middle, all the way to the right, come back in the middle, and relax very slowly. So the thing that we do here that is different, although it looks the same as any other exercise class, is that we're actually working on three domains, the three domains of existence: the body, the mind, and what connects the mind and the body, which is the chi. And the chi is the harness that holds your mind and the body together. So the word yoga, an English word, comes from the North Indian word called yoj, Y-U-J, which means yoke is the wooden plank that you put in front of the two oxen to synchronize them as they pull the cart. It's a harness. So the word yoga actually means harness. It's the harness that you have to practice in order to bring the mind and the body together. That's the purpose of a chi. And again, the chi is a very complicated word. It can just mean breath, it can mean circulations, and it can mean energy. So we'll continue to work on the neck. Again, go back to our spine, straighten up the spine, open the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin, the entire body lean forward, come back, holding the hip in place, making sure the top of the head is pointing to heaven, lining up with the bottom of your upper torso. Now we take our hand, our right hand, and while maintaining this posture, we're going to pull the head towards the right, fight it with your neck, and relax. The other side. Holding the posture, very important to hold the posture, let the energy flow within you. Bring the head to the left and relax. Take the head, go back. Now, I want you to relax as you do that. All the way around to the left, clockwise. Relax, relax, relax. And then go the other way, counterclockwise. And relax. Sit up straight, open the shoulder, taking the right hand, put it behind your ear, feel the skull, slide down your 4 fingers until you can touch the left side of your neck with all 4 fingers, no bone, and just press, doing acupressure. I don't want you to rub it, okay? Just press. You pay a lot of good money for doing acupressure. Just press, press, press. And then relax, slowly, go to the other side. Start with the back of the ear, feel the skull, come down until you can fit all 4 fingers. And just press. Just press. And relax. Now we clear the blockage, more or less. And we're starting to exercise. Activating, energizing, however you want to choose to use the word. Again, open your shoulder. Bring your hands, all 10 fingers pointing to camera. Focus on the 4 fingers. Think of them as springs. Okay, these are springs. Hold it with your thumb. Wind up your 4 fingers. Lock your elbow. Get ready. You're about to explode. Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back, open the shoulder. Review the energy point here called gate to the cloud. Take your middle finger and your thumb, point them, put them together. This is called the lotus hand. This is the 2 energy lines that you're closing. Put that on your gate to the cloud. Open your shoulder, get ready. 1, the back of the hand facing the camera, all fingers expand, locking your elbow. Come back, for lotus hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the Chinese understands how the internal organs work. Although the name, unfortunate is that the name gets translated into English, and so now we often just equate one to one between the Chinese word for one organ versus the English word for one organ, thinking that they're identical. They're not identical. The Chinese word for the organ actually represents an energy field. So it's much more, so when we say kidney, when we say liver, it's much more than just the biological function of that. It's actually the energetic function. And so there's one organ that has no Western equivalent, which we call the triple warmer. The triple warmer is the entirety of the upper torso, what's above the diaphragm, what's between the diaphragm and the belly button, and what's below the belly buttons. And the Chinese actually has a set of verses, or poem, or whatever you want to call it. And they said the upper verses is like the fog. This is the heart, and the lung is responsible for absorbing the nutrient, the essence from your universe, and distribute it to the body like the fog. It's like the moisture in the morning covering the landscape. I live in San Francisco, so we know about that. Then the middle burner, the middle warmer, or middle focus, depending how you translate, between the diaphragm and the belly button, is like the foam. It's the foam that you get when you what's the word? What do you call that? Fermentation. It's like when you make beer or when you make soy sauce, they get foam. So this part is about taking the nutrient, taking the food, and start to ferment. So people don't understand what digestion means. Digestion is fermentation. It's not just chewing and grinding it with your stomach. It's really about preparation and ultimately digestion in the small intestines as well as the large intestines. Then the lower burner, or below the belly button, we call it, it's like the gutter. But the word gutter has different meaning in Chinese as well. It also means recycling. So it's not just that you want to take out and the waste and just dump it. It's that you want to reclaim the nutrients. So your kidney, your bladder, they're not just there for waste management. They're there for recycling as well. And it turns out that the Chinese consider one organ. There's one organ. It's like the Joint Chief of Staff that actually put them all together, and that's called the connective tissue. All of them has connective tissue, and they're all together. This is one organ, and they assign an energy field to that. And to exercise that connective tissue, you do that with the diaphragm. So we're going to do some deep breathing using the diaphragm. How do you use the diaphragm to breathe? Well, actually, you use the diaphragm to breathe all the time because your lung has no muscle. The lung is not capable of breathing on its own. The lung is just a sponge. You actually use the diaphragm, you just don't use it efficiently. So what we're going to learn is that as we breathe in, we're going to learn how to open the diaphragm as much as we can. As we breathe out, we're going to contract the diaphragm as much as you can. And while we're doing that, we're also going to stretch this energy field called the triple warmer, which is a yang energy field. So it's exposed to the sun. It's right on top of the of an arm. Okay, all right. So a lot of talking. So we do. If you join the circle, I posted a video that I edited last week that took out all the commentaries. So if you're looking for a daily practice, go to our YouTube, and there is one that I added out all the commentary. Okay. And it's also posted on the circle. So make sure you join the circle if you're here for the first time. All right, so open the shoulder, back to a posture again. I love my commentary too, Karen, as it turns out. I just love to hear myself talk. Sorry about that. Open the shoulder because it's how I learn. It's how I learn. I was a professor for 9 years. And I realized that until I start teaching, I didn't really know the material that I thought I knew. In fact, 4 years ago, well, no, actually 2 years ago, because last year was epidemic, so I haven't seen my master for an entire year. And before that, the last time I saw him was actually the end of 2019, my master. And he came out for a event, including a meditation retreat. And so as I took him to the airport, the last thing he said to me is, it's time to start teaching. And then he added, he's a Zen master, so he's not about to compliment me. They don't compliment students. So he says, until you teach, you don't know what you don't know. And I know that. I know that. The worst thing about not knowing what you don't know is that you don't even know what you don't know. And so for me, teaching is a very important learning. So I'm benefiting from this as much as you can. Okay, as much as you are. All right, so we're going to do some deep breathing now. Open the shoulders, straighten the spine. Relax. Lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin. Entire upper torso lean forward. And as you come back, holding the hip in place, and I'm going to ask you to do one more thing now. Taking the tip of your tongue and just very gently touching the roof of your mouth, between the roof of your mouth and your teeth, right behind this energy point. I'll explain the reason for that in a minute. And now I want you to take your fingers, lock them together, put it about 2 fingers below the belly button. Focus entirely now on your nostril. I want you to breathe as light as you can, as steady as you can, from the bottom to the middle to the upper. Get ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Now open your hands, lock your wrists, lock your elbow. Imagine you have 2 big rocks in the side and you want to climb the mountain, putting stretch on your upper part of your arm. And as you come down here, relax, relax entirely. Back to your sitting posture. Check your check your shoulder, check your forehead. And then one more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Open your arm, climb the mountain, stretching the upper part of your arm. Relax one more time, completely relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your arms, climb the mountains, and relax. Now we're going to go from the front, which is the yin energy line, to the back. The back coincides with the spiral core. So we're going to stretch your spiral core. Bring your hands up again. Now flip your hands, and now get ready to stretch your spine. Bring it up, stretch your spine all the way as much as you can. Now lean back, entire body back. Come back in the middle, stretch, stretch, stretch. All the way to the left. Come back in the middle. Stretch all the way to the right. Come back in the middle. One more time. And come back in the middle. One more time. All the way to the right. And back in the middle. And relax. Put your right arms on top with touching your left shoulder. Lean back your forehead, putting pressure on your right shoulder. Grabbing your right elbow. Stretch your spine. Entire body to the left. And come back. Same thing on the right hand side. Entire body to the left. Relax. So I talk about the pets, the dog and the cat, doing the shoulder exercise as well as the stretching the spine. Now, I have never seen them do this. Now, if I ever seen them do that, that's a different story. But they stretch your spine. Why is it so important to stretch your spine? Because your spine oxidizes as you get old. And what is one of the important purposes of the spine? The spine is where you manufacture marrow. And marrow ultimately leads to red blood cells and white blood cells. So it's both about your circulation, your blood, as much as your immune system. But as you age, you oxidize. That's why when you see skeleton, they're yellow, because they're oxidized. It's oxidized. So as you oxidize, you're decreasing the volume of the marrow. And so if you want to reverse the aging process, you have to stretch your spine. You stretch because the bones are piezoelectric. It generates electricity. And so that stretching actually reverses the aging process. So stretching is very important. It's not just stretching the muscle and the tendon, it's stretching the bones, okay? All right, so now We're going to come back and work on the heart and the lung, and the Chinese consider them together. Okay, they don't separate the lung from the heart. I mean, they separate them, but they don't separate the functions. All right, open your shoulders, sit up straight, put in your hands together, put them below your spine, at the bottom of your spine, fingers pointing down. Lean back, the top of the head facing the sky. Rotate the fingers so the fingers are pointing up. Now make sure that you maintain your posture. So don't dip your head, okay? Bring your hands up, all the way up as much as you can. Sit up straight. Open your shoulder. Open it. You feel the pain. You feel the stress. Chip open. You feel the stress in front and in the back. Open. Keep it open. And relax now. Just relax. Observe your heart. Your heart is pounding. This is a very good cardio exercise. Just let it settle. Continue. Another good exercise, good for the heart. Again, it's a good exercise working with the heart. Fingers pointing down, fingers pointing up, go all the way up, and then open. Okay? Impressive, huh? Just had my 65th birthday. Does that work, Karen? Okay, now we're going to continue. We're going to work on this. This is enough. So the reason, let me finish. So I said that it's very good for your cardio. Cardio means heart, but it's actually not just cardio. It's actually very good for your circulations, both the heart and the lung. And the reason why it's good for your heart and lung is not just that you're running a quarter mile, exercising the organ, is that you're exercising energy, and you do that by exercising energy point. So right here is one that has to do with your lung. It's the lung energy line that has to do with your lung. Back there it has to do with the lung, but it's the energy line for the bladder that is important for your lung. On top is the energy point for your gallbladder. The gallbladder is the protector for the kidney. The gallbladder is the protector for the liver, but the liver and the kidney and the spleen has a symbiotic connections, and ultimately the liver is, and the lung and the liver has a symbiotic conditions as well. So it's a much more complicated way of exercising. Okay, so now we're going to come back to 3 very important energy points. All of them has to do with the heart and the lung. So take your left hand, open your shoulder, the center of the palm facing the sky. Right hand covering this energy point. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Sit up straight, relax, bring your hands down. Focus on your elbow. Push your elbow as if you're going to break that elbow. Keep pushing. Push it to the limit. Eyes looking at the camera. Now bring your hands down by pushing it up with your elbow. Okay, focus on your elbow. Don't leave your elbow. Keep pushing all the way up to eyebrow. Hold it. And relax. Now the other side. Bring it down. Keep pushing. Eyes forward. All the way up. Keep pushing. And relax once again. Observe our heart. Feel how it's pounding, 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 pounding. Just let it settle. Now, all the things that we have done until now is very physical, with the joints, with the stretching and all that. And in a way, you can talk about really exercising the chi and getting it prepared. So if you imagine that you're building a building, that what we have done until now is like the foundation, right? So you build up the foundation, get your body all going, circulation of blood and all that. And now you're ready to do what I would call chi therapy. But when you're working with someone who is weak, like what I do for my dad every day, he's very weak, right? He's in his late 80s. He suffers from dementia as well as diabetes. And he's not going to be able to follow through with all these exercises. So in that case, I actually reversed the entire exercise, starting with the bottom of the feet, helping him with the circulation. It's like two different buildings. One you're trying to build up from the foundation, and the other one is already built. He's in his late stage, and it's crumbling. And so you don't have time to go back and reinforce foundation. All you're trying to do now is make sure that it doesn't fall down, right? So it's completely different. So still we're going from A to Z, going from the upper torso to the lower torso, going from the fingers to the toe. But I'm just explaining how if you're actually doing this for a elderlies, you actually do it in reverse, okay? All right, so we're gonna do what we call chi therapy now. Mindful of the 12 energy lines, 6 from our fingers, 6 from our toes. Together make up the 24 hours of the day. 6 of them are yin, 6 of them are yang. Open the shoulder, sit up straight, focus on the center of the palm. Empty hand, so we're doing acoustic coupling, okay? Now putting the fingers on top and the center of the palm touching your collarbone. So there's an energy point here, there's an energy point here. Turn your head to the right, listen with your left ear, okay? Now remember now, yoga means mind, body together. So you gotta listen with your ear, focus on your body, all your attention on your body. Get ready, wake up, continue. This energy point has to do with your gallbladder. The gallbladder is a yang energy line. It actually starts at the very top, comes down on your shoulder, goes all the way to the side of your feet. This one is very important for someone who suffers from dementia because it ties with your nervous system. Okay, so when I do that with my dad, he actually gets some energy from this. Do the other side. Left hand, empty hand, put the fingers on top. Listen with your right ear. Wake up. Continue. Open your shoulder. Straighten up your left arm, put the elbow on top of your head, slightly tuck in the top part of your ear. I'll explain why we do that. The ear has to do with the kidney. Right hand, empty hand, listen with your left ear, wake up, continue. The other side. Listen with your right ear. Wake up. Continue. Open your shoulder. Back to our old friend, the elbow. Straighten up your elbow, the palm at the eye level. Right hand, fingers on top, palm on the side. Empty hand, listen with your left ear, wake up, continue. The other side, left hand, empty hand, right ear, listen, wake up, continue. Okay, so I explained how when I work with my father, I start with the kidney energy point, but for a healthy person like my mom, who's a few years younger, but much healthier, then we do this normal exercise, working towards their kidney. Kidney is important for two reasons. One is that the kidney is source of life as far as the Chinese medicine is concerned. It's the essence that allows you to manufacture the marrow. They consider the marrow and its extension, which is brain matter, of one. Okay, so liver is considered to be water element, and water is the source of life. So that's how important it is. The other reason that it's important is because it's also the one organ that we abuse as modern people. Okay, so it's important to work on that. All right. So now we're gonna continue working towards the kidney energy point, and now we're gonna move to the back of the body, which is where the bladder energy lines are. The bladder and the kidney is one pair. The bladder is the yang protector. So open the shoulder, sit up straight, taking the right hand. Put that in the back of your shoulder, as far back as you can. Taking the other hand, the left hand, use the back of your hand now, wrap it around, covering your kidney. Sit up straight, think of yourself as a vertical windmill. Get ready, go. Okay. All right, now we're going to work towards your feet. So, Faith, I'm going to talk about the lymph node in a minute when I start working on the splint. Okay. So we're going to focus now on the leg, and going to expand out the leg. Massage the outside. That's the yang facing the sun. Massage the inside, which is the yin, away from the sun. Inside, above the knee, is the liver energy line. Below the knee is the splint energy line, both of the yin. Together they form a symbiotic triangle with the kidney. So whereas the symbiotic triangle between the kidney and the lung and the heart has to do with circulation, the symbiotic triangle between your liver and your splint and the kidney has to do with your metabolic. Okay, two are important. So I'm going to work on this first. Focus now on the upper part above the knee. It's divided into three parts. First with the middle. Get ready. Focus, concentrate, mind, body together. Get ready, go. Now move towards the hip. Get ready, go. Okay, now move towards the knee. Get ready, go. Now close your knee. Now we're going to work on the outside. Outside is the gallbladder, which is the yang protector for the liver. The liver and the gallbladder is one pair. They're active starting about 11 o'clock at night for about 4 hours. So I have this habit of trying very, very hard to sleep before 11 and try very, very hard, which is actually easier for me to wake up. It's easier for me to wake up before 7. Okay, 7 o'clock is where the other energy lines, the stomach and the splint, are active. So the stomach line is the yang line, and so when that is active, you want to be standing up, not lying down. Okay, now we're going to work on the gallbladder. Gallbladder again has a lot to do with your nerve. So we're going to take 2 energy points, starting the one closer to your hip. Get ready, go. Now move towards your knee. Get ready, go. Okay, now we're going to work on at the knee now. Get ready, go. Okay, so now we're going to find an important energy point right below the knee. It's called the spring at the bottom of the heel. The heel is the knee. So you're at the top of the heel, you feel the bone, feel the knee, you come down on the side until you no longer feel the bone. That's the energy point. Get ready? This one has a lot to do with your immune system. Get ready? Go. Move the side now, right? Continue on the side towards the middle. Now, when you do this one, you feel a little bit of electricity on your toes, because this one really help with the circulation. Okay, get ready, go. Okay, now open your knee. We're going to back into the yin line again. And what's below the knee now is the splint. And I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. But let's work on the knee first. Get ready, go. Okay, again, we're going to find the energy point right below the knee. It's also called the spring at the bottom of the heel, in the inside this time. So as we come down, we don't feel the bone anymore. That's the point. Okay, now we're going to go from inside out. Okay, now continue to work on the side, the yin side, get the center. Okay, get ready, go. Okay, so come back to try to answer Faith's question, which has to do with the lymph node, lymphatic system. So the splint, as you know from the Western terminology, is the one organ that ties with your entire body, or your lymphatic system. So this one, the splint, is always important, but the splint energy line actually encompasses the pancreas. So anybody who is diabetic like I am, we often have to work on this inside part as well as other energy points for that. But the splint, the lymphatic system, is the conduit for the white blood cell. So we often confuse that with immune system. The immunity comes from the white blood cell. Okay, it's just a conduit. But they also serve a very important purpose, which is that it's the system that returns water back into the heart. So if you have any kind of swelling, then the problem is with the splint. But in any case, it's a little bit misguiding to think about these individual components, individual organs. First of all, there's not a one-to-one correspondence. There's some kind of loose relationship between the Western and the Eastern concept of these organs. Because after all, the Eastern concept is really about energy. And it just happened to name it after this organ. Whereas the Western concept is all about the organs. They are individual parts that just happen to be working together. So when you have a illness, you can point easily to an organ, and then you would fix the organ. The problem with that is that you're really fixing the symptom. You're not really solving the underlying disease. And if you have as much experience as I have Western medicine, you know what I'm talking about. That the Western medicine is all about fixing the symptom. So the Chinese doesn't believe that. What they believe is really fixing the underlying problem. And so they don't talk about individual components. They really are talking about a holistic approach, whole with a W approach to the system, talking about how to clear the energy lines and getting the yin and the yang working. So a much deeper concept than just fixing symptoms and worry about components is to really understand the word harmony. That our health, because we're such an insignificant part of the universe, that the universe have a lot more influence on us. So if we don't live harmoniously with the universe, there's no possibility that you could be healthy. So it's really all about living harmoniously with the universe. Sleeping at the right time, getting up in the morning at the right time, eating the right kind of food, drinking enough water and all that. That's all about living harmoniously with the universe. It's also about living harmoniously with yourself, understanding the yin and the yang, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. It's a much more holistic, with a W, approach to health. Okay, so I want to work on the bottom of the feet now, which is the gushing spring. But before we do that, now feel your toes. Most of you, like I do, the toes are very cold, right? Toes are very cold. The reason is because the toes are very cold is because your circulation is really bad. You don't even have enough oxygen in your body, in your bloodstream. So your body prioritizes. It sends all the oxygens to your organs, and so you're not getting enough circulation to your toes. That's why they're cold like this. So what you want to do is you want to warm them up by massaging each and every one of them, by massaging the side of the toe. Okay, left side and right side. Massaging the left side and the right side, and each and every one, because that's where the energy lines are. 6 of the energy lines come from your feet. 5 of them comes from the toes. Okay, maybe that explains why we have only 5 toes. The last one, the kidney, comes from the bottom of your feet. Now, I want you to take the edge of your thumb and just massage between the toes. So you have 4 of these area, and just massage. Okay, clearing the energy lines so that they can circulate all the way to your extremities. Now go to the right hand side, do the same thing. Then we're ready for the kidney. Okay, and again, I'm assuming that everybody's healthy here, so I'm focusing on building the foundation and working towards the penthouse, huh? But in reality, is that if you're very weak and you're bedridden, especially, or your friend or your relative, your loved ones are bedridden, then you do this in reverse. Okay, so massage the feet. Okay, you get it all ready, nice and warm. Now you take the bottom of your feet, okay, and just massage all the way around, especially if you're helping someone else. Okay, massage. Okay, last week someone says, I forgot who, says, oh, I don't like touching other people's feet, and I don't like people touching my feet. I can understand that. I get it. Okay, now we're going to work on this very important energy point called the gushing spring. Okay, right in the bottom, 1/3 of the way down. Massage that. Okay, now take your knuckle and really work on that. Okay, now if you're not well, this hurts. This really hurts. And so if you do it for someone else, you have to be careful, okay? You really have to convince them that there's benefit in what you're doing, and then they need to just like bear with it, okay? Now, we're going to continue with the gushing spring. Come up on the arch. Just come up on the arch. This is an important energy point for the splint. Okay, just use your thumb doing acupressure. Now come down along the arch before the heel. You're back to the kidney again. So this one is the valley where you warm up the water. Okay, the water from the earth is too cold, right? Coming up from the gushing spring, nice spring water is too cold. Let's just warm up a bit. Okay, now we have two energy points on either side of the angle. So put your thumb on the angle, draw a cross. The one towards the bottom of your feet. Start at the top of the heel, move down until you don't feel any bones anymore, and just use your thumb to put some pressure on that. This one is the energy line, energy point for the kidney, and it's called facing the lake. It's like you warm up the water now, let's just pour it all into the big lake, big reservoir, right? So you notice that all the energy point for the kidney are named after water, because water is the source of life. Okay, now back to the other side. Remember we drew a cross? On the other side, again, from the top of the hill, come down and press on that. This one is called the supreme stream. So it's the waterfall. So after you fill up the lake with water, they come back, they leave the lake as a huge waterfall. Nice, huh? You like the scenery? Okay, now come back to the angle again. Measure 2 fingers. Okay? Okay, now you feel the bone just south of the bone. So all the energy points are not on the bone, okay? They're always between something. Now this one is called returning the water. So actually there's more energy points here. They circle around, okay? So eventually they come back up again, and now come back to the angle, measure 4 fingers, and again south of the bone. This one is called the 3 yin meet. This is where the kidney, the liver, and the spleen come together for a party, and then they will leave from there. Okay? All right. Now it's 9:03. We're going to finish up the other side, then it's 1 hour. For those who can only commit 1 hour, this is a good break. You can catch up the rest on YouTube, okay? Now come down to the gushing spring. Massage the bottom of feet first, all right? Just massage, get it all warm up. Okay, now massage the gushing spring. Use the knuckle, really dig into that. The kidney energy line, the concept of the kidney in the Chinese medicine is that it's the second heart. Okay, so right now my dad is in a bad spell, and occasionally he loses control of his biofunction, and I need to work on that to make sure that he gets enough blood into his brain, and it's working. Improving anyway. So this is a very important energy point for anyone who suffers from dementia. Now come up to the arch, work on that. And my dad has diabetes, or dementia is type 3 diabetes. That's what most people think of it now. It's just glucose get up to the extra glucose get up to your brain. Okay, now come down. And back to the angle towards the bottom of their feet. Put some pressure on that. And back to the knee on the other side. Put some pressure on that. Back to the angle again. 2 fingers south of the bone. Back to the angle. 4 fingers south of the bone. Okay, so this is a very slow process. It's not like Western medicine at all, where you can take a pill and get effect within 6 hours, or even 3, or 2. This one takes, my experience with working with my mom and my dad is that it takes a good 2 weeks daily. But you see the improvement. You do actually see the improvement with no side effect, okay? I don't have anything against Western medicine. I don't have anything against Westerners, don't get me wrong, okay? Okay, now it's a little past 1 hour, so for those who are who needs to leave, just come back on watch your YouTube. So for the rest of us, we continue. So we just finished the bottom of the feet, gushing spring. There's a nickname for that, which is the earth energy point. So the idea is that a healthy person must have that energy point touching the ground at all time, at least during the yang hours. Militia, yes, absolutely. They're the same. Whether you do acupressure, what we do, massaging, what you do in cupping, it's a choice. Okay, so there's more than 400 energy points, and there's different ways of approaching the problem. So different practitioner might have different approach, but it's the same idea. It is actually the same idea. Actually, it's interesting that it's like, for me anyway, coming from it as a meditator, is that I find it interesting that most of the Chinese medicine doctors, in fact, all the one I ever met, are not meditators. So it's like, their tradition is that they took something that is very, very beneficial, and they just focus on that. It becomes a set of techniques, becomes a set of knowledge. But they don't go back to the root, which is meditation. I come from meditation, so I tend to see things differently. And for me, there's very little difference between, Taoist and yoga and Tai Chi and Jin Jing, all that. There's very little difference. I remember many years ago, almost 10 years ago, when my son was still in college, we used to travel all the time during summer, sometimes make 2 trips around the earth. And one day we were climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in Kenya. And there's so many ways you can climb to the top of the mountain. Some of them are safer than others. And as you climb, you know that there's, you just focus on this route and you think that this is the route. And when you see people on different routes, you don't want to think about them. You think they're doing something entirely different. But when you get to the top, you look down and you realize that all the routes are trying to achieve the same thing. They're all coming together at the right place. So I made the joke that all these spiritual techniques, they're different only if you practice them wrong. If you practice them right, they're all the same. Okay. All right, so we want to sit on the edge of a chair now, like I do, with the gushing spring really pressed down on the floor, receiving the energy from the earth. Sit up with a shoulder open like this. And now we're going to focus on the being. The being is what's between the heaven and the earth. And so we're just going to work on the center of the palm today. And it's actually between the middle finger and the forefinger, the ring finger. And so if you don't know what it is, just bring down your middle finger and just press on that. Okay, so this is your heart. This is a very important, this is really therapy now, especially if you spend your entire day taking care of someone else, because this is the one that gives out energy. Okay, so this is all for you. Now the other side, same thing. The question is not whether acupuncture works. Acupuncture works no problem. It's like saying, does heart surgery work? Heart surgery is good. It's the surgeon that I'm suspecting. So it's nothing wrong with acupuncture. It's acupuncturists. Some of them are better than the others. Right? Okay, now we're going to move up to the top of the head. That's the heaven now. So to do that, don't think of this as just a body part. Think of that as where all the yang energy meets. And we want to energize that point. So we sit properly with the bottom of the feet touching the ground. Open the shoulder. Let the energy rise up. Sit up with the spine straight. Head towards the back. Chin's down. Now we take 10 fingers, put it on top. Now, when I do this for my dad, I do 100 times. So we're just going to do it 50 times now. And this is the treat for him. Okay. Now get ready. Concentrate. Let's go. Okay, so I don't have any problem with acupuncturists. I don't have any problem with medical doctors. I think of them as subcontractors. I think of myself as a prime contractors. I am the one responsible for my health. I'm willing to subcontract tasks to the right vendor, whether they're medicine doctors or Eastern doctors. But ultimately, I'm responsible for my health. And I know that this body is fully capable of self-healing. So all I have to do is make sure that the conditions are right for it to heal. So someone mentioned about the lymphatic system. Somebody might think about their thyroid. Somebody might think about their high blood pressure. Somebody might think about their diabetes and so forth. Just keep in mind that all these are symptoms crying out for help, waiting for you to put this body back into harmony. Harmony with the universe, harmony with yourself. Okay? Once you do that, the body is fully capable of self-healing. It's fully capable of self-healing. Okay? Alright, so we're going to continue to work. Then we're going to do some stretching. Okay? So I want you to come back to a standing position. Mindful that the standing posture actually embeds the sitting posture. The sitting posture is the base. So whenever you stand like you sit. Okay, so what does that mean? So before you do that, you remind yourself that you sit like the bell and you stand like the pine tree. So imagine you're a tree, your feet are firmly on the ground, growing roots. The rest of your body has to be flexible. Okay, flexible means that you don't lock your knee, okay? Don't lock your knee. Okay, don't lock your knee. Loosen up the knee. Okay? Alright, now open your shoulder so that the energy point on top of your shoulder is called the well on the shoulder, lines up with the spring, right? The spring comes up, it sees the opening on the ground, makes it into a well. Okay, otherwise it's just a hole in the ground. Alright, so you gotta line this up with line these two up. Now you take your sitting posture and you embed it in your standing. You lean back your forehead, you tuck in your chin, so that you line up the top of the head, the 100 meat, with the bottom of your upper torso, the yin meat. Now, ultimately we're going to work on the energy points that has to do with kidney. But for now, we're going to warm up, and this groin area, just use the palm and just go up and down, warm it up, because this is another bottleneck. I talk about the bottleneck as being the neck. This is another one. This is the one that is the bottleneck for all 5 of the energy line coming up. There's a 6th energy line that goes in the back. And so you want to warm this up, and then you want to slightly energize it by using the flat part of your fist very gently. Get ready, go. Okay, now this is a warm-up for this energy point in the back of your knee. It's a very important energy point. So there's a versus in Chinese medicine that talks about how this is the energy point that protects your kidney and your lower back. The lower back is in Chinese is the mention for the kidney. It's where the kidney lives. Your kidney is one organ that does not complain. It never complains. So you might be overstressing your kidney without knowing it, but it gives out all kinds of warning signals. One of the warning signals it gives out is that you have lower back problem. So the two are together, and this energy point actually helps with this. Okay, it's the protector for the kidney. All right, so now we lower the knee, put 4 fingers behind, the thumb on the side. Get ready, wake up, continue. Okay, now we're going to continue now, get it all warm up. We're now going to do that one exercise that really helps with your kidney, cleansing your kidney, okay? Now, and then helping with your lower back. So come back to the standing position, feet firmly on the ground, growing roots, open your shoulder, line up the well on the shoulder with the gushing spring, open, Lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. Focus on your bottom of your feet now. Now we're going to stand on them. As soon as you stand on them, you can feel the energy come up. Follow the energy all the way up to the top of your head. Once you reach the top of your head, stay at the top of your head. Stand on your toes for as long as I tell you to. Okay, don't come down. Get ready? As you stand, you can feel the energy. Stand, rise to the top of the head, stay at the top of the head, continue to focus, and then come down, impact your heel. The heel is the bladder energy line. Now get ready, okay? I kind of lost concentration for a minute. Stand properly, open your shoulder, line up the top of your shoulder with the bottom of your feet. Stand on them. Focus on the top of your head. Don't come down until I tell you to. Okay, now come down, impact your heel, and relax. This is very good for your lower back. Again, lower back problem is a symptom. You have a much bigger problem than that. Stand on your toes, let the right energy rise to the top of your head, stay at the top of your head, and come down. One last time, but relax first. One last time, stand, and come down, and relax. Relax the entire body, okay? This is a very good exercise, very, very good exercise. Okay. Kick the feet 3 times. Kick the right feet, standing on your left. 1, 2, 3, getting all the circulations through the extremities. 1, 2, 3, and relax. So we haven't done any stretching exercise in a while, so I want to continue with some stretching exercise today. And again, the stretching exercise is a meditation technique. It's actually meditation. And I talk about the poem that comes from Bodhidharma, where it says, heart, heart, heart is Buddha. Heart, heart, heart is enlightenment. It actually talks about 3 layers of practice. The first one is just very physical. In that case, the heart means the center of your palm, the center of the bottom of your feet. The other one, the heart is the thinking heart, it's the thinking mind. So this is the concentration. Concentrate on your body. That's what we meant by mindfulness, mindfulness of the body. The third one now has to do with the metaphysical mind. The metaphysical mind has to do with how we take pain and metastasize it in suffering. Okay? So we're going to learn to do that. We're going to generate a lot of pain today with a stretching. So sit down, focus, sit up straight, focus on the palm, raise your hand, take a deep breath, follow the center of your palm, take a deep breath. And now breathe out. We're going to stretch by pushing forward. We don't come back, okay? Push forward. 1, 2, you're going to feel the pain. Let go of your pain. 3, hold it, and then sit up straight. Relax, take a deep breath. Let go of all your pain. Just focus on your breath. Second time, breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch. 1, forward, 2, 3. Come back. Sit up straight, relax, take a deep breath. Come back to 0. Every time it's as if you're doing it for the first time. One last time, breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Come back, sit up straight, relax. So that was just a warm-up. There's not much pain yet. So now we're going to generate a little bit more pain. We take the left leg, put the bottom of your feet against the right thigh, sit up straight. And again, last week I talked about as if somebody take a rock and throw it into a pond and you're just like enjoying the pond and they're disturbing your life by creating all kinds of pain. The pain is like the rock. The rock hit the water, generate a lot of suffering. But we often just follow the rock. Whereas what we should do is focus on the pond and just let it settle. So let's practice that. Okay? As soon as you see the pain, think of that as a rock. When the rock is gone, don't follow the rock. Focus on your body. Focus on your body. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch. Feel the pain. Let go of your pain. 2. Feel the pain. Let go of your pain. Come back to the body. One more time. And relax. Focus on your breathing. The pain's gone. No need to follow it. Come back to the body. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go forward. 1. Feel the pain. 2. Feel it. Observe it. Let go of it. 3. Let go of the pain. Sit up straight. Relax. The pain is completely gone. Now, one more time. As if this is the first time. Okay? Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Let go of the pain. Concentrate on the body. Concentrate on the top of the pond. And just let it settle. Okay? Now we're going to continue with the left side. Right side pressing against the thigh. Pushing down the left knee with the right hand. Follow the left hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push forward. 1. Feel the pain. 2, 3. And relax. Let go of the pain. Focus on the breath. One more time. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push forward. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Completely relax. Come back to the body. Come back to the breath. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push forward. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Back to the body again. Back to the breath again. Now we're going to continue on the right side. This one is going to hurt a little bit more. We take the left leg and we point the bottom of the left feet to the back. Sit up straight, pressing down on the right knee. This one's going to hurt. Breathe in. Breathe out. Get ready. 1. Feel the pain. Observe the pain. 2, 3. And relax. So in the past I talked about the difference between compassion and empathy. Empathy is compassion without judgment. So apply empathy to your body. When you feel the pain, observe the pain, understand the pain, be with the pain, but don't judge. Don't let it metastasize into suffering. Okay? Hold back your mind, just observe. Get ready? Second time, breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And relax. One last time. Let the mind settle down. Breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, relax. Back to the left. Back of the right feet facing back. Pushing down on the left knee. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Observe the pain. Relax. Let go of the pain. Come back to the breath. The pain is already gone. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. And come back, sit up straight. And relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Sit up straight. Completely relaxed. Okay? All right, so now we're going to do the hip. Put your feet together. Bring the feet towards yourself. Push down the calf with your elbow. And as you lean forward, you open the hip. Okay? Get ready. Feel the pain. All right? 1. Feel the pain. Let go of the pain. 2. Come back. 3. Feel the pain. Come back to the body. And relax. Pain's gone. Second time, bring it back to your body. Push down the calf with your elbow. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. And come back. Relax. Observe your body. One last time. Bring it towards, this time for real, okay? Just bring it all the way towards yourself. Open that hip. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Completely relax. 2 more stretch, but now it's going to be easy. This is really easy now. Sit up straight, get ready, breathe in, breathe out. Push forward, 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax, take a deep breath. One last time, I promise. Breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Now we're going to do sleeping meditation. Rest the body before we hit the hour and a half mark. And then after that we're going to do Jin Jing. Okay? Now, the reason why sleeping meditation is important is because most of us don't sleep. Or when we do sleep, the quality of our sleep is really, really bad. The reason you don't sleep well, the reason that you don't sleep at all is because of your stress hormone. You don't know how to relax. You don't know how to cycle back into the rest and digest mode. And so your body, your adrenal gland is still putting out stress hormone, putting out cortisol, putting out adrenaline. And the cortisol destroys melatonin. Melatonin is that chemical that your body puts out to tell your body to sleep. And when the cortisol destroys the melatonin, you can't sleep. Or you can only sleep for a few hours when your body is really tired. But after a few hours, you can't sleep anymore. So you need to learn how to sleep. So you need to learn how to do sleeping meditation. So we find a nice place to lie down with the pillow just the right height. If I don't have a pillow, my head is all the way down like this. That's not good. If you have too high a pillow, your head is way up. That's not good. So you want to find something that is just right, okay? Just right. Not too big, not too small, just right. And now you're going to sleep on your side, on your right side. Always on the right side. Stretch your legs. And then bring back your legs so that the bones are not touching the bones. So the bones, let them touch the meaty part, okay? Find a place where the bones are not rubbing on the bone, okay? Otherwise you get distracted by that. Now what you want to do is you want to roll your body so it's facing the ceiling again. And you want to take a small blanket or a small pillow and you want to tuck it in right below your rib cage. Again, not too much, just enough so as you roll back, you feel a little bit of pressure on your lower abdomen. So when you breathe, you could feel it. And now you take your 2 arms, you can put it wherever you want. I like to put it like this, and you relax. The trick now is just find the right position so you can feel your breathing. As you breathe in, you feel the pressure. As you breathe out, you feel the relaxation on your stomach. And we're going to do that for 3 minutes. It's a simple things to do, but it's a very difficult thing to achieve, to try to stay focused like that for 3 minutes. So stay focused on your breathing for the next 3 minutes. Relax. Okay. Wake up gently. Open your eyes. Don't look at any bright light. Focus on the center of your palm as you get up. Transfer the attention from the center of your palm to the center of the bottom of your feet. Walk back to your sitting position. Lying down, you say sit like the bell, stand like the pine tree, sleep like the bow and arrow. Looks like you're not doing anything but you're full of energy. Lying down is also the water element, so now we're going to come back to the earth element. Let the water irrigate the earth. We're completely rejuvenated now. So from now on, if you have problems sleeping, I don't want you to sleep at all. I don't want you to sleep. I want you to do lying down meditation. When you think you're ready to go to sleep, think lying down meditation. Lie down, meditate, focus on your stomach. And if you happen to sleep because your body needs it, that's good. Go to sleep. Because then the quality of your sleep is very good. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you need to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Don't come back. Come back. Don't turn on your cell phone. The world can live without you. Okay? You don't want that blue light shining into your eye, getting your body back into a waking state again. Lie down. Do lying down meditation until the sun comes up. Okay? Now I want you to do sitting meditation. Learn how to train yourself, fooling your body into the rest and digest mode. You start with sitting properly, feet firmly on the ground. Straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. Tuck in your chin. Again, the entire body go forward, come back, putting pressure on your adrenal. Temporarily stop any release of stress hormone from your adrenal gland. Come back to your top of the head. Relax your eyelids so you can see through your eyelashes. And now focus on your tongue. Put your tongue, the tip of your tongue, between your roof of your mouth and your teeth. Reactivating your salivary gland. Because the first thing that happens when you are in the flight or flight is that it turns off your salivary gland. Now you want to force it to turn on, fooling your entire body into rest and digest, and just relax. Okay. Now with the sleeping meditation, we develop sensitivity to our stomach. So we're going to continue to do that. Just focus your stomach. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. When you breathe in, open the stomach. When you breathe out, collapse the stomach. That's all I want you to do today. Just use that diaphragm. Breathe for your diaphragm. Open your stomach. Collapse your stomach. Open your stomach. Collapse it. Now when you do that, you're energizing all the internal organs. The sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerve are called autonomous nerve systems. So they're not under the control of your brain. They have their own nervous system. The sympathetic nerve, the nerve cells are distributed along your spine. So they're based on sensation. As soon as your body senses danger, it doesn't need the brain to interfere. It puts it into fight or flight. Whereas the parasympathetic has to do with a separate nerve system that is distributed through your organ. And so the only way that you can fool your body into that is with abdominal breathing, energizing the connective tissue, the 3-burner energy line that we talk about. So just focus on your breath. We got 1.5 minutes left. Just focus on your breath. Exercising your internal organs. Putting pressure now on your adrenal. Straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin. Tip of the tongue pressing on the roof of your mouth. Feeling all the salivas in your mouth. Don't let your mind wander away. Just keep coming back to your breath. One breath only, one at a time. As soon as you notice that your mind is away, just ask it to come back very gently, please. Okay? Now is the time to learn to say please. Open your eyes. Okay, so a little bit over an hour and a half. Again, good time to take a break if you need one. And you can follow the rest on YouTube. Sleeping on the right is just the way I was taught. It's just a preference. It's also my respect to my teacher, but it's not required. Okay, just do whatever you think is right for you. That's much more important. Okay, so now we come to the bonus. The bonus is Jin Jing, a very important exercise handed down by Bodhidharma. And in the beginning of the 2-hour, beginning of the mini retreat, I talk about a very important poem from Bodhidharma, which says that heart, heart, heart is Buddha, which means that in order to achieve enlightenment, you need to understand the 3 different levels of heart, the Chinese word for heart. The first explanation is just center. It's the center of your hand, it's the center of the bottom of your feet, it's the center of your body. It's all about your body, focusing on your body. The second definition of heart is your thinking mind, is your brain. Bring all your attention onto your body and keep the body and the mind together. The third one is a little more subtle. The third one has to do with the non-thinking mind, the metaphysical mind. And that's when we talk about the difference between pain and suffering. Pain is the body, suffering is when your mind takes over and has a life of its own. So here what we're trying to do is focus on the sensation. Feel your body, but don't think. Don't try to analyze it, just feel your body. So Jin Jing is the mother of all Qigong, if you like the word Qigong. And it's an exercise that I believe that combines very well cardio, stretching, and muscle building. But again, it's mainly for the heart. Mainly it's a mental practice. So we're going to start by going back to a standing position, feet firmly on the ground, pushing down. Let the spring gushes up from the earth, catch it with your shoulder, open your shoulder, relax. And now we're going to take the toe and we're going to turn it slightly inward, 45 degrees. That way it unlocks your knee. So the fire element rises now because you're using the calf and the thigh. Okay? Open the shoulder. There's 14 forms. The first one is called Spirit Boosting Palm. Focus on the center of your palm. Open your shoulder and the mind and body together. Get ready. Go. And feel the vibration all the way up to the top of your head. Spirit boosting. Now come back, relax. Feel your pain, feel your body. Relax. Gotta get back to the yin mode. Gotta create that harmony between yang and yin. Second time, open the shoulder. Focus on the center of your palm with your thinking mind. That's the second heart. Feel your body. That's your third heart. Get ready. Go. And relax. Completely relax. Third time. One last time, open the shoulder, focus on the bottom of your palm, get ready, go! And relax, completely relax. The second form is called pointing the Wan Tail. Wan Tail is the name of the energy point that has to do with the gallbladder. We worked on that before. Top of the head to the shoulder, and then starting on the side all the way down. We take the thumb, pointing also means thumb when it's a noun. It's a verb, it means pointing. We need to point that to the energy point called Wan Tail, forming the circular energy field. Roll up the fingers, 4 fingers. Now take the thumb and bend the thumb upward as if you're lifting 2 buckets of water. Bend it, hold it, keep it in place, keep it energized. And then relax the fingers without lowering the hand, without breaking the energy field. Second time, lift up those 2 buckets of water, hold it, feel the stress on your thumb, bend it up as much as you can, energize the lung energy line as well as the triple former. And relax. One last time, lift up the thumb, Bend the thumb upward, lift up those 2 buckets of water without spilling anything, okay? And relax, relax your hand. The next form is called the beginner's mind. It's the baby's mind. It's what the baby do. They put the thumb in the middle of the palm. They roll up the 4 fingers. They bend the thumb inward. Just energize this conception energy line. What's called, what I like to call the gestation energy line. This is what baby do. They create the energy field so that the treasure organs, I talked about that last week, get developed first. So get ready, bend the thumb inward, hold it, and relax, completely relax. Focusing on the breath, returning back to the rest and digest. Second time, bend the thumb, and relax. Third time, put the thumb in the middle of the palm and bend the thumb inward and relax, completely relax. Now we're going to take a deep breath by putting the fists together, put it below the belly button, stand up straight, open the shoulder, focus on the nostril, go slow, go steady. Breathe in. And relax. Now we're going to bring our elbow together, mindful of the stress that we create in the back. We're going to continue to squeeze, all right? Open up the back, squeeze. Like you're wearing a sweater that's 2 sizes too small, okay? Your girlfriend gave you a sweater that's too small. What are you going to do? Trying to make it bigger. Second time, bring your elbows together. Imagine this small sweater in the back and you just want to stretch your sweater. Stretch! Open up all the energy points in the back that are part of the bladder energy line. Each one of them protect one of your critical organ. One last time, bring your elbows together, focus, stretch, and relax. Bring the fists above the head, open the shoulder, open up your fingers, feel the blood flowing away by gravity into your heart. Now you take your fist, you take your hand, you make a fist. You roll 1 joint, 2 joint, lock it with your thumb, open your shoulder, squeeze. And relax, feel the blood coming back to the fingers again. This is very cardio. Second time, roll your fist, 1 joint at a time, lock it with your thumb, open the shoulder, squeeze. And relax. Completely relax. Third time, roll the fists and open your shoulder and squeeze. And relax. The next one is called stabbing the shoulder. Be mindful of the gushing spring and the well on the shoulder. 2 energy point lines up. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, stab. Exercising the muscle. And relax. Joining all the energy points. Second time, hold the dagger, open the shoulder, stab, and relax. One last time, open the shoulder, stab, and relax. Now we do the cross. Now mindful that we don't punch, we push. Imagine that 2 walls or 2 pillars, and you just want to push it, okay? So relax the wrist first, and then make a fist, and then take a deep breath and push. We call this bang in Chinese, avalanche. As if you're going to cause an avalanche by pushing on the 2 sides of the mountains. Get ready. Relax the wrist, roll your fist, take the deep breath and push. And relax. One last time. And bang! And relax. Front hanging, lock your elbow, relax the fist, wrist, roll your fist, take a deep breath and push. Relax. Second time, wrist, fist, deep breath, push. Relax. One last time. Wrist, fist. Take a deep breath. Boom! Relax. Hands on top of the head. Grab the pole. We're going to do some chin up. Pull yourself up. Hold it. And relax. Muscle building again. Second time. Grab the pole. Pull your head up. Hold it. And relax. One last time. Pull yourself up. And relax. Next one is called pulling the bowl. Like imagine you have two bowls and you just want to pull the bowl. Or I call it ripping the foam bowl, whichever you like. Okay, get ready. Rip the foam bowl. And relax. Get another one. Rip the foam bowl. I think the last time my son saw a foam bowl was when he was 3 years old. He's now 30 years old, so it's been a while. One last time, rip the foam bowl. And relax. Swallow. By now, if you don't have any saliva, you're doing it wrong. It means that when I tell you to relax, you did not relax. If you don't relax, you're not putting your body into the rest and digest. You don't get salivas. Okay? So next time, remember that. Put all the salivas together. This is called the J letter. It's good for your digestive system, good for your immune system. Swallow. Pause, and then keep going down. Back of the hand touching. The head parallel to the floor. Don't dip the head, okay? Parallel to the floor. Squeeze your fist 3 times. 1 time. Relax. 2 times. Relax. 3 times. Relax. Flip your hand. Pay attention to the center of your palm. Bring it up as you breathe in. Breathe out, making empty hand. Breathe in again. Rotate the palms so the palms are facing forward. Lower your knee. Imagine there's a huge rock in front of you. You want to push. And then relax, stand up straight. Close your eye. Imagine the universe in front of you. Swallow. Take a deep breath. And then breathe out, relax, completely relax. Again, focus on the bottom of your feet. Don't look at any bright lights. Just walk back into your sitting position. Just observe your body. Very slowly observe your body. Sit up straight so you're not putting any pressure on your upper torso. Let the chi circle around your body. And then come back. Focus on your breath. 1 breath at a time. Just relax for 3 minutes. Then we're going to do some facial massage, okay? Your breath is very pronounced, so it's very easy to follow. 1 breath at a time. Maintaining your posture, mindful of your spine, mindful of your shoulder, mindful of your forehead, mindful of your chin, mindful of your eyelid, mindful of your tongue, mindful of your lower back, putting pressure on the adrenal gland. Open your eyes. So now we're going to close the class by doing some facial massage. The facial massage is very important. It's actually a very important way of relieving the stress, especially stress that are now trapped into your internal organs, the critical organs. So the Chinese medicine has different treaties, and one of the very famous one is called the Yellow Emperor Treaties. Now, of course, the archaeologists decided that it wasn't about an emperor named Yellow. It's really about the Yellow River, and they think of the Han Chinese as descendants of the Yellow Rivers. And so that book was probably written over many centuries by many people of wisdom. But in there, it talks a great deal about Chinese medicine, and in it, it describes the emotion, especially the bad emotions, the anxieties and the pain, and how each of the emotions find its home in one of the critical, what we call the treasure organs. So when you have stress in your body, when you have stress, it really hurts your body. So for example, they believe that when you're angry all the time, it hurts your liver, or that the anger is trapped into your liver. When you're in fear all the time, it's trapped in your kidney. And when you're sad all the time, it's trapped in your lung. And when you worry all the time, it's trapped into your spleen and so forth. Now, they also discovered that the treasure organs are the 5 materials: the metal, the wood, the water, the fire, and the earth, which everything is in these 5 materials, including the features. So, for example, the nose is considered metal. It's related to the lung. The eye is related to the liver, and the ear, I mentioned the ear, is related to the kidney, and the lip is related to the spleen, and the tongue is related to the heart. So we're going to massage for the pure purpose of relieving stress that are trapped into your internal organs. So if you want to use modern language, just think of it as oxidation stress. Okay? Sit properly, relax, bring out your 2 hands, focus on the center of your palm, put them together. Warm up your hands, generate some heat, especially the labor palace of labor. And now put your hands on your face and start thinking how grateful you are with this body, and how much you have ignored the cry from this body. You feel the warmth on the center of your palm. Now you take your 10 fingers and you start at the forehead, and you slowly massage the top of your head. First using your 10 fingers, and now engaging the center of your palm, go all the way up to the top of your head. Comes down all the time, telling how to relax and how grateful you are with this body. And come down on the neck, relax. Second time, start with the forehead again, with the 10 fingers, engage with the center of your palm, go to the top of your head, go to the back of your head, and then just tell yourself, relax, come back to the back of your neck. And then one last time, so with the 10 fingers starting the forehead, the center of your palm, the top of your head, the back of your head, as you come down both sides of your neck, relax. Now you want to take the top of your ear, massage front and back. The ear has to do with the kidney. The middle of your ear, and then the bottom of your ear, front and back. Now you take your 2 hands, imagine they're like fans, okay? And you put that behind your ear, and as you swipe forward, you stretch the ear just a little bit, massaging all the energy points in the back, relieving the stress on your kidney. Okay, now sit up straight, take the index finger, put it next to your nose. If you remember, the nose has to do with the lung, relieving all the sadness that are trapped in your lung. And now you go up to the top of to the corner of your eye. Okay, the eye has to do with the liver, relieving all the anger that is trapped into your liver. And come down from the corner of your eye to the corner of your mouth and to the chin. Relax. Come down. Tell your body to relax. Tell your body how much you appreciate your body. All the hard work that your body has done for you. And one more time. Continue to work with the eye. A lot of anger in this, okay? From the corner of your eye, below the eye back, all the way to the tail. Very gently. Very gently. Now go to the right hand side. Very gently. Very gently. Very gently. Very gently. Now take the index finger, put it in the edge of your eyebrow. Find the dimple and just massage that. Relieving all your stress. Now put the two fingers in the middle of the eyebrow. Think about all the energy points along the eyebrow. You just want to squeeze that. Squeeze that. Squeeze that. Squeeze that. I remember one time, one time, the first time that I managed to become a volunteer at the San Quentin State Prison. And it's been a very, very good experience. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we were not able to go back in. And there was a discussion, and the discussion turned to me because I was a new guy. And the question was, aren't you fearful of us? Because these are all murderers. They're there for life. Big guys, all kinds of people, not just one color versus the other. They're all there. And I think about it and I said, yes, I am. I am very fearful. I'm fearful of the anger. I know there's a lot of anger in here. But I also understand that anger comes from fear. Anger comes from fear. So we want to relieve your fear that are trapped in your kidney, and you want to relieve the anger that are trapped into your liver, and they coexist. Okay? The liver is the source of life, that's the water. Water has to become life by the wood. Wood is the kidney. Fear and anger, they're like twins. Okay? All right, we're going to continue to work, and when we're done with this, we come back to this point right here. Relax. Now we're going to work on the fingers. The Chinese assign each of the digit to one of the materials, so they also tie to our internal organs as well. So by pulling our fingers, we're actually relieving the stress that are trapped into our internal organs are like the reservoir for anxiety and fear and anger. Okay. Now we're going to massage the fingernails. The fingernails are the extremities, and they're a very good indicator of your circulations. If you look at it and they're pale, there's something wrong. Okay? So we're going to massage that. Massage that. Massage that. Massage that. Okay. And before we leave, sit up straight, open the shoulder. Okay, we're going to work on the bottom third of your lung, getting all the trapped bad chi out of the way. Now that we have learned how to use the diaphragm, we're exercising it. Focus on the elbow, make sound as you breathe out. Get ready. Okay. So it's 4 minutes over 2 o'clock. Josh and I have definitely overstayed our welcome. So if you have any question, please ask at our circle. That's DENNYKMIU.com/circle. And if you wanted to catch up this recording on YouTube, it's DennyKMiu.com/YouTube. Okay? And spell with the I. If you don't spell the I-M-U, that's a variant of the COVID-19 now.
Oh my. How are you, Denny?
I'm good, Josh.
Thanks for practice.
Thank you.
You know, the one thing that was occurring to me, is these views we have in life, right? And how when we start practice, a lot of the ways we view the world that are unhealthy and unwholesome, they fall away, and then we take on these more wholesome and helpful and wise views that help us through life. And I definitely noticed that in my experience, and that's the big thing I think that we benefit from every day is just how we view our experiencing world. Even though I like to take it deeper, and it's like I wonder, well, where do those views come from? Which views are we clinging to? Where do new views come from, or how are we more willing to take on more healthy and wholesome views? And then, even more so, like the show we were doing with Beth, a lot of the perceptions are involved in those views, and that just gets really complicated really quick, and that just blows my mind down to the mentality and materiality of, how we name things even. So
I remember,
anyway, yes.
I remember last time, Josh, then when we do the AUA was not this last Tuesday, and we got cut off. And then afterwards, you said, Denny, I thought you were going to say something profound, and I thought to myself, well, if I were to say something profound, I would have remembered it. So what was it? so actually, we were talking about Western medicine versus Eastern medicine. So it's kind of related to what you just said. It all comes down to choices. We like to make choice. We like to have choice. We like to. That's really, for me, is the definition of liberty. Being someone who was not born in this country, every day I feel grateful that I'm now part of this country. And for me, the difference between living this country versus living anything else, some might say liberty, but liberty is just choice. Now, what we're trying to do here is not making the choice for you, but giving you the tools so you can make the choice for yourself. And that's what we're doing, is that behind that choice is ability, is skill. If you didn't have the skill, whether it's mental or physical, then you're very limited to the choice you can make.
Absolutely. And I've heard this definition I like, that we kind of are our choices too. We are what we choose, and what we are is more like spirit and form, but who we are our choices. I found that was interesting.
Yeah. Okay, we should close this. Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Denny,
we'll continue on
There
the
is
circle.
one question though.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take it up about sleeping on the right side versus left side.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I would say
Yeah.
you're not fighting gravity if you sleep on the right side, because the blood will pool more on the left side. I guess that's the thinking. The heart will have to work harder, circulate. I don't know.
Well, also just keep in mind that we think that that's the position that Buddha was sleeping in. So,
That's right. So many things.
Yeah. So, but who knows? Maybe nobody ever saw him that is still alive. So, or maybe they did. Who knows? But
That's right.
To me, that's the artist's rendition of what Buddha did in his last hours.
That's right. And you have to experiment for yourself and know for yourself. Like I sleep on the right side a little bit because I have a blockage. And flipping back and forth help unblock that a little bit. But yeah, you check it out for yourself.
I sleep wherever it happens. Sometimes I wake up and I'm wondering if I choose to sleep this side or my wife make the choice for me.
Right.
Okay, enough of that. Okay, so thank you for coming.
Again,
I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock if you have the time. And otherwise, I'll see you next week. And if you like, follow up with the YouTube video of either today's recording or the one that we added that had basically just all exercise. Okay? Thanks, Josh.
You're all very welcome, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.